Just take a second and think back on how much technology has totally changed in your own lifetime. I mean, think about your first computer or your first cell phone. We've gone from a world of dial-up and, payphones to having these incredible supercomputers right in our pockets. Today, we're going to explore how that exact same unbelievable pace of change is about to revolutionize not just how we get older, but what old age even means.
So let's kick things off with a little trip down memory lane. And hey, if you're of a certain age, this is going to feel very, very familiar. Picture it. It's the 1980s, and your mobile phone is literally a 10-pound brick that's bolted into your car. Then we fast forward to the 90s, and you're tapping away on a Palm Pilot with that little plastic stylus. And who could ever forget the Blackberry and that oh-so-satisfying click, click, click of that tiny keyboard?
It's fun to look back, right? But as Fritz Gilbert from the Retirement Manifesto points out, this little trip isn't just about getting nostalgic. It's a really powerful reminder of just how fast the impossible becomes, well, normal. So if we've come this far already, what's next? What's on the horizon? How is technology going to reshape our lives in the next few decades, especially when we talk about retirement?
Okay, so before we jump into the future, it's so important to get a handle on the sheer scale of the change we've already lived through. And this is not some dusty old history lesson. For a lot of us, this is the world we grew up in. The world where we started our careers.
The author of our source material paints this incredible picture of his early career. So imagine being a young salesperson, and you're standing in this long line with a bunch of other reps in some stuffy hotel hallway, all of you waiting for your turn at the payphone. You'd have to feed it a corporate calling card just to get a secretary on the line who would then read you your messages. No voicemail, no email, just a voice on the other end of a cord.
And here's the real kicker. Back then, that was just how it was. It was normal. Nobody was sitting around dreaming about smartphones. And in that exact same way, the technology we take for granted right now is going to seem hilariously outdated to our future selves. We are standing on the edge of a technological revolution that's going to make our current world look like the age of the dinosaurs. Now, this is where things start to get really, really interesting, because this isn't just a story about slow, steady progress. Oh no. We are talking about an absolute explosion of innovation, where the pace of change itself is speeding up.
And look, this isn't just a gut feeling. It's a reality. Just look at the explosion of AI in just the past couple of years. What took, say, 30 years to get from that giant car phone to a smartphone? Well, in the future, that might happen in the blink of an eye. We're talking about a decade of change getting crammed into a single year, or maybe even less.
All right, now for the really fun part. Let's step into the future for a minute and just imagine what our golden years could actually look like. How is technology going to completely reshape the experience of growing older, and how's it going to empower us to live on our own, in our own homes, for way longer than ever before?
So check out this comparison, because it's pretty brilliant. Think about your Roomba. It's helpful, yeah, but let's be honest. It's kind of clumsy, right? Well, the author argues that the Roomba today is basically the 1980s version of that 10-pound car phone. It's this clunky but totally groundbreaking first step towards a much, much more sophisticated future.
Okay, so this is where the magic really happens. Imagine a future where your home is basically your partner in aging. We're talking robots that don't just vacuum the floor, but they bring in your groceries and help you up from your favorite chair. Or an AI companion that's keeping an eye on your health 24/7 and it alerts your family if anything's wrong. And self-driving cars, that means you will never have to have that heartbreaking conversation about taking away your parents' keys. And this isn't about replacing human connection, it's about making it stronger by taking away some of those physical burdens of care.
And this is where it gets really personal. We've all seen those commercials, and we all have that fear somewhere in the back of our minds. But with technology that can actually predict and prevent falls, that entire fear could become a thing of the past. Just imagine a world where "I've fallen and I can't get up" is just a line from an old movie, not a real-life emergency.
Now, this isn't just some small tweak to the system. This is a complete and total revolution in healthcare. Right now, we pretty much wait until we're sick to go see a doctor. But in the future, AI could be our own personal health detective, constantly scanning our data for the absolute earliest signs of trouble. Your doctor won't be treating a disease, they'll be preventing it from ever even happening.
But that is just the beginning. The future of aging isn't just about staying safe and healthy. It's about unlocking a whole new universe of possibilities. Everything from lifelong learning to leaving a legacy that'll last for generations.
Okay, let's get a little weird for a second. This might sound like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but what if you could take a painting class from Picasso himself?
Well, with the power of AI and augmented reality, the impossible might be a whole lot closer than you think.
We're talking about a future where retirement isn't the finish line, it's the starting gun for a whole new adventure. Imagine walking the fields of Gettysburg with a virtual historian or seeing the Sermon on the Mount with your own eyes. Loneliness, which is the silent epidemic for older people, could be a thing of the past with AI companions that are always there for a chat. And your life story? It won't be stuck in some dusty photo album. It will live on as an interactive AI avatar that your great-great-grandchildren can actually have a conversation with.
So, we've gone from the past to a pretty wild potential future. But what does all of this mean for us, right here and right now? We're kind of standing on the shore, watching this massive wave of change just rolling in. So do we turn our backs and run, or do we learn how to surf?
Look, nobody's going to say technology is perfect. But let's be real. We're not exactly begging to go back to the days of payphones and dial-up, are we? We adapted, we learned, and our lives are better because of it. And the same thing is going to be true for this next wave of technology. It's not about being some kind of tech guru. It's just about being open to the possibilities.
You do not need to be a Silicon Valley coder to thrive in this new world. It's actually a lot simpler than that. It's really just about staying curious. It's about being willing to play with the new toys. It's about looking at some new piece of tech and thinking, I wonder what this could do for me. Instead of being afraid of the unknown, let's get excited about the incredible possibilities.
The future that we've talked about today, it's not a matter of if, it's really a matter of when. A future where we can live longer, healthier, more fulfilling lives is right around the corner. So the only question left to ask is, are you ready to embrace it